Welcome to episode 9 of this inventory tutorial series. In this episode we will add storage boxes which you can open and put loot inside. So let's get started. So first we need a good interaction system. So we'll go to scripts and we'll right click in here and create a new monobehavior script which we will call interactor. Now open it up. In here let's remove the comments, and then all the way at the top up here we will actually add a public interface called interactable like this, where we will add a void interact function like this, and we're gonna be using this later for our box. Then inside of our class down here we will have a public float called interact range, and I'll set this to 3, so this is how far we can interact. Then let's have a public game object called interact UI, where we can set a little dot so we know we are able to interact. Then I'll also have a private interactable called current interactable. Inside of our start function we'll do interact UI.setActive will be false. And then let's move down here where we'll do a void detect interactable like this, where I'll do ray equals new ray, which will come from the camera.main.transform.position, comma, and the direction will be camera.main.transform.forward. So it shoots out from the camera. Then I'll do if physics.raycast, where we'll have our ray input, and we'll do out raycast hit, comma, interact range. Well, in here we'll do interactable equals our hit.collider.getComponent interactable like this. Then we can check if we've actually hit an interactable object by doing interactable not equal null. If it's not, well, that means we have hit an interactable object. So we can do current interactable equals interactable, and we can do interact UI.setActive will now be true, and we can return. Now if none of this checks out down here, under the if statement we can do current interactable equals null, and interact UI.setActive will be false. Now in our update function we can call this function, and we can do an if statement where we do current interactable not equal null and input.get key down, and in this case we're going to do keycode.e. so when we hit the E button, well, then we can do current interactable.interact. so we call the interact function. And that's everything for this script. So we can now close it down and go back into Unity, where we now need to create the chest UI. So I'll double click on our canvas, then I'll go to 2D mode up here. Let's open it up, our container right here. It looks like this. And what we're gonna do is add our chest over here when we interact with it. So what I'll do is actually just go into our inventory slots, and let's just copy it and then click on the container and paste it down here. Let's drag it onto the container. Now we have it over here, and let's rename it to chest UI. It's a bit too big right now, and let's set our slot amount to only 15. So we have 15 slots now, and let's click on the chest UI and set the cell size to only be 80 and 80, and let's set the constraint count to be 3. So this will be the size of our chest. And let's click right here and hold shift and click here to anchor it to this corner. And I'll now make the width 80 plus 10, so it's 90 by 3. That will be 270. So now it's the same size as all of this. And let's now move it to a minus 20 like that. So now it's over here at this side. Let's actually do minus 30. That looks better. Perfect. So now we have that sorted. Let's now click on our inventory and edit the script. And here we need to have information about our chest UI slots. So we'll have down here a private list of slots called chest UI slots, set to a new list of slots. And then up here at the top we also need a container for that. So up here we'll do public transform called chest UI. And then to set this, we'll scroll down to our awake function right here, where we will do chest UI slots.add range, where we will do chest UI.get components in children and get our slot like that, just like we did for these two. So now we have it here, but we're not gonna add it to all slots because that will only be for our actual inventory slots. So we need to make one change. So in our get hover slot right here, we'll add another for each loop, where we will do slot s again in chest UI slots, and we'll do the same thing in here like that. So now we also try to loop through the chest UI to check if we are hovering one of those. Perfect. Now we can head out of the inventory script, where we now need to add our chest UI transform right here. So it's right here, so just drag this onto here. Perfect. Now we can close this down and this down. Then we can go back to our wake function right here, and just here at the bottom we will do chest UI .gameObject.setActive to be false. Now we can head back into Unity, where we'll now go to scripts, so we can create our storage chest script. So I'll right click and create a new monobehavior script, which I'll call storage chest. Now open this up. In here I'll delete the start and update function, and all the way up here over the class I will add a public class called chest item, which will have a public item SO called item and a public int called amount. And this will be system.serializable, so I'll write system.serializable up here so that we can see it in the inspector. So down here we can now add a public int called chest size, which will be 15 in this case. Then we can have a public chest item array called stored items, and then we can have a private static game object called chest UI and a private static slot array called slots. Then also a private bool called isOpen. Now we can have an awake function, and in here we'll do stored items equals a new chest item array, which will have the chest size input right there. So now we've initialized our stored items array. Now we can do for int I equals 0, I less than chest size and I++, where we can do stored items I equals new chest item. Then we can check in an if statement if chest UI is equal to null. Well, then we can set chest UI, which we can set equal to inventory.instance.chestUI.gameObject. And then for the slots, we can simply do slots equals chest UI, get components in children and get the slots and write true right here. Then we can do chest UI set active to false right here. Then how we're going to use the interaction system is actually going up here next to the mono behavior and adding the interface. So we'll do I interactable like this, and then down here we can add a public void called interact like that. And this interact we can simply do if is not open. If it's not open, well, then we can open our chest, which will be a function we're going to create, and we can do an else statement where we do close chest instead, like that. So these are two functions we'll create now. So I'll do a void open chest and a void close chest. In our open chest, we'll do isOpen equals true, and we'll do chest UI.setActive to be true. We'll then just head into our inventory script where we have all of this, which is when we open the inventory. So let's just down here under add a public void called open inventory, or let's actually call it toggle inventory, even better, and put all of this in here. And let's call this function instead up here, like so. And now we can also do this from the storage chest. So in here we can do inventory.instance.toggle inventory. We can then do a for loop where we do int I equals 0 and I above slots.length and I++. And now we can do var data equals stored items I, and if data.items is not equal null, well then we can do slots I.setItem where we can input data.item, data.amount, and we can do an else statement where we just set slot I clear the slot if it's empty. And that's all for the open chest. Now let's do the closed chest. So here we'll do isOpen equals false. We'll then do for int I equals 0, I less than slots.length and I++. Then we'll do if slots I.has item. If it has an item, well then we'll do stored items I.item equals slots I.getItem, and we'll do stored items I.amount equals slots I.getAmount. We can also have an else statement where we do stored items I.item equals null if it doesn't have an item, and we can do stored items I.amount equals 0. And then at the bottom we can do chest UI.setActive to be false. And now let's head into Unity where we need to create a box item. So I'll go to assets, then I'll go into items right here and I'll just duplicate our wood, and let's call this wood for box. And I don't have another icon for this, so let's just use some random thing. Let's use this white box so we just know it's something else. Let's call it box. Let's remove the wood icon. We have our wood item. Let's call it box item. And let's go here and let's rename this one to box. And here we'll drag the box onto here. Then let's go onto this one, rename this to box item underscore hand. Let's now click on this one and drag this onto the hand right there, and this one onto the item prefab. Now we have the last one right here. Let's rename that to box item underscore placed. So this will be the actual box. Let's just make it way larger So let's set the scale to a 111. And let's add the storage chest onto here. Stored items, it's empty right now, perfect. And now if I just double click on the player and I go to 3D view again, let's go to items and go to box. And let's add a box item over here so we can actually place it. Then let's set our container right here to false so we can't see it. Then also go onto your box item hand where we have our placeable object. If you don't have that, just add it. And then let's drag this box item onto here. Then let's now go onto the player. Scroll down and add the interactor script onto here. Then we need the interact UI. So I'll just right click on our canvas, go to UI and choose an image. Just set it to 0, 0 and 10, 10. So it will be very small, as you can see right here. And let's call it interact like that. And let's disable it for now. Then let's go to the player again, scroll down and drag the interact onto here. Let's now hit play and let's pick up our chest. So this is our chest and we can place it somewhere. Let's place it right here. And yep, you can see when I hover over it, you can see a small dot. And let's press E. You can see our chest slots over here. And if I press E again, it disappears and I can go out of it. But one problem will arise if I go here and then I press tab. So now I'm out of it. But now I can open it from over here, which is not intended. So we need to fix that. So stop the game and open up the inventory script. In here in our toggle inventory, we also want to go through all of our chests, and let's just go to our storage chest right here where we close our chest. And here we can simply first check at the top here if it's not open. If it's not open before we try to close it, well then we will return. And then what we'll do inside of the inventory script is here in our toggle inventory, we'll simply real quick do storage chests array storage chests equals find objects by type, where we will input our chest, storage chest, and here we'll set find object sort mode to none. So it's not important how it's sorted. Then we can just loop through them. So we'll do int I equals 0 and we'll do I less than storage chests.count and I++. And then we can simply do storage chest I, close. And then we need to go to our storage chest and make sure this is public. So public void close chest. And then we can simply do close chest. Like that. And just inside of our storage chest, we need to put this inventory should be above both of these, like so. This is very important that this goes at the top. Now if we go into Unity and we hit play, we can go over here, pick it up, place it and look inside of it. And I can press tab to get out of it. And now if I press tab again, it's gone. Perfect. So now we can put some items inside of it. So let's drag this one, and this one in here, and go out of it. And it will be in here. So I hope you liked this episode. In the next episode, we're gonna add crafting tables so we don't have our crafting next to our inventory, but as a separate crafting table. So see you for that. Also, if you want to learn how to publish games, so go from a complete beginner all the way to publishing your first games, check out my school community. It's a paid community. That will be the top link in the description. But yeah, have an amazing day.